The Bermuda Triangle is infamous for making ships mysteriously disappear, but it's not the only place with dark secrets and seemingly paranormal activity. The ocean stands as our last frontier on this planet. While we've mapped everywhere there is to map on land, there are still massive portions of the ocean that are unexplored and untouched. Whatever hides within the depths of those vast, shadowy waters continues to puzzle us. So, in this video, we're going to count down the 15 most mysterious places in the ocean that no one can fully explain or understand. Number 15. The Great Blue Hole. What could be more puzzling than a giant circular sinkhole sitting in the middle of the ocean? That's the Great Blue Hole, a deep, nearly perfect underwater crater off the coast of Belize. It sits around 43 miles from the mainland and is part of the Belize Barrier Reef Reserve System, which holds UNESCO World Heritage status. What makes this hole so fascinating isn't just its color, though the sharp contrast between its dark center and the turquoise surrounding waters is striking. It's the mystery of how it got there. The hole spans about 984 feet across and drops roughly 400 feet deep. Scientists believe it formed during the last ice age, likely from a collapsed limestone cave. But not everyone agrees. Some debate its exact origin. Divers visit it constantly, not just for its haunting beauty, but also for its eerie silence and strange rock formations. It's stunning, remote, difficult to reach, and still doesn't give up all its secrets. Number 14. Point Nemo. Point Nemo might share a name with a cartoon fish, but this place is as real and remote as it gets. It's one of the most isolated spots on the planet, located in the South Pacific Ocean. Officially known as the oceanic pole of inaccessibility, Point Nemo is the farthest location from any landmass on Earth. The nearest land? Take your pick. Ducie Island to the north, Maher Island near Antarctica to the south, or Motu Nui near Easter Island to the northwest, all roughly 1,670 miles away. That makes Point Nemo eerily empty. You're more likely to find astronauts on the International Space Station flying overhead than humans nearby. The waters are over 13,000 feet deep, and barely any of the seafloor beneath has been mapped. No one's explored it thoroughly, and we don't know what's down there. It's too far, too deep, and just too difficult. As of now, Point Nemo remains one of the last truly unreachable places on Earth. Number 13. The Milky Sea. Well, now, the name might sound cool and cosmic, but the Milky Sea is very real, and it's one of the strangest marine phenomena ever recorded. Located in the northwestern Indian Ocean, near Southeast Asia, this event lights up the sea with a soft white or blue glow that can stretch for miles. Unlike regular bioluminescence, which appears in small, scattered flashes, the Milky Sea shines over vast areas and can last for hours or even days. Sailors have reported seeing ships clearly outlined at night, surrounded by glowing water. Scientists think bioluminescent bacteria are responsible, reacting to ocean conditions by producing light through a chemical process. But the exact trigger remains unknown. The event is extremely rare and unpredictable, which makes it nearly impossible to study in person. Reports of the glowing sea go back centuries, the earliest known account coming from Captain John J. Maury in 1854. To this day, the Milky Sea continues to puzzle scientists and light up the ocean with mystery. Number 12. Bimini Road. Well, it's not exactly a place, but it's definitely something strange. Bimini Road, sometimes called Bimini Wall or Bimini Rocks, is one of the ocean's most puzzling underwater formations. It sits off the coast of Bimini in the Bahamas and is made up of large limestone blocks that seem too precisely arranged to be natural. These stones form a pattern that resembles an ancient man-made road. That's where things get weird. The structure is located in shallow waters near North Bimini Island, right within the Bermuda Triangle, which has only added fuel to the conspiracy theories. Some say it's the lost road to Atlantis. And that's not just internet nonsense. References in Plato's texts, Timaeus and Critias, describe an advanced civilization lost to the sea, and some think this might be physical evidence. Scientists argue it's a natural rock formation, just weathered in a specific way. Either way, Bimini Road is still sparking heated debates. Number 11. The Gackle Ridge. The Gackle Ridge is a mid-ocean ridge that stretches beneath the Arctic Ocean, extending from Greenland to Siberia, an enormous frozen mountain chain hidden below the sea. It's part of the planet's global mid-ocean ridge system, the longest mountain range on Earth. Yet, despite its massive size, it remains one of the least explored places on the planet. Covered by thick polar ice, it's a nightmare to reach. The ridge runs about 1,100 miles along the Arctic seabed, lying between 9,800 and 18,000 feet deep. It's a rugged place of steep valleys and towering peaks, shaped by tectonic forces. Its mystery lies in its isolation and hostility, a world of darkness and extreme cold. Hydrothermal vents discovered there in 2001 proved that life can exist in even the harshest conditions. These vents release boiling, mineral-rich water that supports unique ecosystems without sunlight. Each new expedition reveals strange, unknown creatures, making the Gackle Ridge one of Earth's most alien, untouched environments. Number 10. Bermuda Triangle. The Bermuda Triangle is notorious for making ships mysteriously vanish, but it's not the only region with hidden secrets and what appears to be supernatural activity. From a geological perspective, it's a loosely marked area in the North Atlantic Ocean. The points of this triangle are typically defined by Miami, Florida, Bermuda, and San Juan, Puerto Rico. The triangle spans somewhere between 500,000 to over 1,000,000 square miles, depending on who's measuring. And while the area's borders aren't officially set, one thing is, things go missing here. Numerous ships and planes have vanished without a single distress call and without a trace of wreckage. Sure, it's a storm-prone zone, hurricanes and fierce ocean currents like the Gulf Stream absolutely exist. But to many, that doesn't explain everything. Some believe in time rifts, others say aliens. Some imagine portals to other realms. Theories keep piling up, but answers, not one. The Bermuda Triangle remains a mystery that the world still can't solve. Number 9. Twilight Zone Reefs. The Twilight Zone reefs near the Chagos Archipelago aren't named after sci-fi, but there's something strange about them. Also called mesophotic coral ecosystems, these reefs sit deep beneath the surface, between 100 to 500 feet below sea level. That depth matters. It puts them beneath sunlit reefs, but still far above the ocean's floor. This narrow layer is called the twilight zone, where light fades and life adapts. Because they're out of reach for traditional scuba gear, scientists use submersibles to study them. These reefs host species completely different from shallow reefs. Some corals grow flat to catch what little light they can. Others display unusual pigmentations to absorb dim light more efficiently. Fish and invertebrates here have also evolved to live in colder, darker conditions. Since these ecosystems are harder to access, they're also less understood. Scientists know they're vital, but most of this deep reef region remains untouched and potentially home to marine species we haven't even named yet. Number 8. The Weddell Sea. A sea by itself doesn't sound like a big mystery, but the Weddell Sea doesn't follow the rules. This massive stretch of ocean in the southern hemisphere hugs the eastern edge of Antarctica. And because of that, it stays locked under ice most of the year. Huge ice shelves, chilling winds, and giant icebergs make this one of the most hostile environments anywhere on Earth. That's why it hasn't been properly studied, because it can't be. Getting to the Weddell Sea requires navigating deadly storms and bringing gear that can survive sub-zero conditions. Marine biologists know it plays a role in the Antarctic ecosystem, but that's about it. The sea may hold entire populations of creatures we've never seen, but the cost, danger, and remoteness make research nearly impossible. And if Antarctica's frozen edge wasn't already bad enough, there's nothing there to help you get started. There are no roads or stations, just endless ice. Number 7. Lake Vostok. This lake is in the East Antarctic ice sheet, not far from Russia's Vostok Research Station. Trapped under more than 12,000 feet of solid ice, it's one of the world's largest subglacial lakes. Its isolation makes it unlike any other body of water on Earth. Because it's sealed off from the surface, scientists believe its waters have been untouched for millions of years. In the late 1990s, Russian researchers finally drilled through the ice to reach it, retrieving ancient ice cores that offered a window into Earth's past climate. The lake's pitch darkness, immense pressure, and sub-zero temperatures have raised questions about what could be alive down there. Some suspect microbial life forms exist, surviving without sunlight. If true, that could rewrite our understanding of life's limits and suggest similar organisms might exist beneath the ice of other planets. But reaching it safely is a challenge. Contamination risks keep much of Lake Vostok's mystery frozen in silence. Number 6. Sargasso Sea. This sea doesn't have any land borders. Instead, it's surrounded by 4 major ocean currents: the Gulf Stream, North Atlantic Current, Canary Current, and North Atlantic Equatorial Current. These currents form a massive clockwise circulation in the North Atlantic. The sea is named after the sargassum seaweed that floats thick on its surface. These floating mats create a strange ecosystem, one that looks calm and still, but hides unsettling stories. Sailors have long feared becoming stranded in its windless waters, a condition called being becalmed, where ships could sit motionless for days. Legends of ghost ships drifting through the sea, sails shredded and decks abandoned, only deepen its eerie reputation. Some even believe remnants of Atlantis lie beneath the weed-choked surface. Though these stories remain unproven, the Sargasso Sea is unquestionably strange. Its isolation, floating seaweed, and circular currents give it a haunted quality, beautiful and unsettling at the same time. No other sea in the world is quite like it. Number 5. Horizon Deep. Hidden in the South Pacific lies the Tonga Trench, which is the second deepest oceanic trench on Earth, and within it, a point called Horizon Deep. It stretches between the Kermadec Islands and the Louisville Seamount Chain, plunging roughly 35,700 feet below the surface. The conditions here are brutal, freezing cold, pitch black, and under crushing pressure. Very few machines can survive it, and even fewer humans have dared to try. Exploration attempts using high-tech submersibles like the HOV Nereus have revealed eerie images from its depths, but some expeditions never returned. The region remains one of the least explored environments on the planet. Scientists believe bizarre forms of life dwell down there, organisms that thrive without sunlight, relying on chemicals instead of oxygen. Each mission offers only glimpses before the equipment fails. What's hidden in that abyss may reveal how life survives under impossible conditions, or even how it could exist on other worlds beyond ours. Number 4. Mariana Trench. This is the deepest known part of Earth's oceans, and it's still one of the most mysterious. Located in the western Pacific, this trench plunges nearly 36,000 feet below sea level at its lowest point, called the Challenger Deep. That's deeper than Mount Everest is tall. The trench's pressure is so intense, it would crush most submarines. It's pitch black, freezing, and inhospitable to humans. Yet life still thrives. In recent years, robotic submersibles and deep-diving missions have captured footage of bizarre creatures that look straight out of science fiction. Strange jellyfish, ghostly amphipods, and unknown organisms have all been spotted. Some species use chemosynthesis to survive, absorbing nutrients from chemicals released by Earth's crust. Even with modern technology, only a tiny fraction of the trench has been explored. Its inaccessibility and harsh conditions make it the last place humans have barely touched. Number 3. The Black Sea Underwater River. Beneath the surface of the Black Sea flows something extraordinary, an actual underwater river. Also known as the Bosphorus undercurrent, this dense, salty stream moves through the sea's depths, following the seafloor's contours. Originating from the Bosphorus Strait, it flows deep into the Black Sea, carving canyons and depositing sediments like rivers on land. The difference lies in its composition. Its salinity and density make it flow separately beneath lighter seawater. It's one of the few known underwater rivers on Earth, and scientists believe it plays a major role in shaping the region's ecosystem. It may carry nutrients, influence migration routes, and even affect marine biodiversity. But its origin and evolution remain uncertain. Reaching it is perilous. The seabed is steep, the current unpredictable, and the depth extreme. Few have studied it closely. What we know barely scratches the surface. What do you think about it? Number 2. The Devil's Sea. The Devil's Sea, aka the Dragon's Triangle, is the Pacific's own version of the Bermuda Triangle, and it's just as unsettling. This region forms a triangle between Japan, Guam, and the Philippines. For centuries, ships and aircraft have vanished here without a trace, often under conditions too bizarre to explain. The area is notorious for dangerous currents, unpredictable weather, and high seismic activity. Earthquakes, undersea volcanoes, and magnetic anomalies are all common in the region. Some disappearances happened without distress signals or debris ever being found. Just like its Atlantic counterpart, the Devil's Sea has fueled stories of vanishing crews, malfunctioning instruments, and even underwater structures. It's located in the Pacific Ring of Fire, which adds more chaos to an already unstable zone. Surveys and expeditions have been launched to investigate, but most returned without any answers. Number 1. The Greenland Coral Reef. Coral reefs are usually bright, warm, and tropical, but not this one. The Greenland Coral Reef, discovered in 2012, lies hidden in the frigid North Atlantic, off the continental shelf of Greenland. It's a cold-water reef system thriving at depths between 980 and nearly 3,000 feet. Unlike its colorful tropical cousins, this reef glows pale in the darkness, built from stony coral species adapted to freezing temperatures. It provides a vital refuge for countless marine creatures, many of which existed long before the reef's discovery. Because of its remote location and extreme cold, it's still barely explored. Scientists from the Greenland Institute of Natural Resources and the University of Copenhagen were the first to find it. And what they uncovered shocked them: a thriving ecosystem surviving where it shouldn't. Cold water corals grow slowly, making them fragile and vulnerable to change. Protecting this silent underwater world is crucial because it might hold species no one has ever seen before. If you've enjoyed watching this video, be sure to like and subscribe. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you very soon.